If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you are a young, ambitious man who has big dreams to pursue on their holistic self-improvement journey. As do I. Now on this journey, as a man you must build knowledge, intelligence. Hence why I'll be stressing the importance of reading. Reading is extremely important. Reading books, in particular, books in which shall serve you in whatever field of life, any scenario of life in which you wish to endeavour. You must be aware of what we're doing, and I like to think of the external traits in which we have with ourselves. For example, being in 10 out of 10 shape, because to be in 10 out of 10 shape, we need to have the right diet plan. We need to be exercising correctly, and we actually need to know what we're doing, rather than having bad, awful form. Towards self-control in acts in which you want to lash out. That all starts in the head. Also, it all starts in the head. The knowledge of knowing what should be done and what shouldn't be done to make money. It all stands with knowledge in the head. You don't just make money by accident. You implant yourself with informative thoughts in which shall serve you in the long run. Same can go with languages. It's all the knowledge you've accumulated over the past days, months, and years. For example, me speaking English right now. The 17 years I've lived on this planet speaking English has enabled me to speak English right now. The same can be said with my French, although it's not perfect. Je sais apprendre le français, droit maintenant. Bientôt mon français est parfait. Okay, I know I butchered the last part, but you get the point. Okay, so that's just the purpose of this video. It's just to really stress the importance of reading, and I really find it quite a shame, to be honest. And the reason towards that is a lot of people my age, and just people in general, they can't read. Now, I know they'll probably be saying things, hey, I can read. That's just the surface level. I'm talking about genuine reading. Because most people cannot implement this delayed gratification habit. They suffer from overstimulation via technology, social media. And when reading a book, to test them to really see if they can read. Tell them to read a book. Let's test if you can read. Let's test if I can read, right? Tell them to read a book. Open a page. Right? Open a page. Now, if you really read, if you can read, you should be able to read a book. And once you read the book, you should be able to understand what you've just read. But the vast majority of people suffer from ADHD, and that's something we're gonna get onto in another video. But we're gonna take a few crumbs and then put that into this video just so it can make sense. A lot of people have ADHD, and so when they read a book, it destroys their focus, and it doesn't enable them to read to the capacity in which they should be reading. So they read a book and they tend to forget what they just read, and they can't help just keep staring at that same word, and then they forget right after. That's what overstimulation does. You need knowledge to thrive in your self-development journey. And if you're watching this video, bro, you got nothing to worry about, man. You've came to the right channel, where I preach the benefits of self-improvement, which have helped me. And I'm not perfect by no means, believe me. I'm only 17 years old, and I'm still grinding on my self-improvement journey. And I'll continue to tackle hardships in life, and then come back to the channel and document what I've learned. You know, reading is vital for improving. For example, as I just showed you, I know little to nothing about money. The only way I know about I am aware that you can make money online, and it is possible, 100% possible. And I want to escape the matrix, right, and attain financial freedom. But I didn't know a thing about money. Hence why I'm reading Deep Work. Well, I've read Deep Work, the book by Cal Newport. I also tried the 14-day free trial on ClickFunnels. It was pretty good. I managed to get one lead, which is really great. But then, trial ran out and stuff like that. A few other complications here and there, but it's awesome. I too suffered from ADHD via overstimulation of social media. That's why I also got the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. And which is really cool about reading. You can still implement the habits in which you've learned to this day. Heck, I still do that. And it's awesome. And as you guys see throughout the next few videos, I'll be teaching you what I've learned from these books. Particularly Deep Work, because I've learned a lot of constructive habits from the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. And I don't know if you guys can read it in reverse, but it basically talks about what I just spoke about earlier. Rules for success in a distracted world. And they are distracted because whenever they read, the brain is just so distracted by overstimulation they're unable to read a book, which is shocking. Now, what I find really great about books, and this is something the author Russell Brunson, successful business owner, co-founder of ClickFunnels, had to say about reading. I'm not quite sure what specific page it was in this book. However, I know I was towards the end. I'll have a picture right there on the screen, and it summarizes what I'm about to say. The reason why reading is so beautiful, because not only do you learn from people's mistakes, because there is the saying that men learn from their mistakes, wise men learn from other people's mistakes. Hence why I'm reading these books. I want to be wise, So, what was I going to say again? Yeah, so Russell Brunson spoke about the beauty of reading books, and he says that you're essentially gaining 10 years worth of knowledge in a matter of minutes. Guys, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what does. They went through all that suffering for the past decade, the trials, the tribulations, and you read that book, and in doing so, it makes it a lot easier for you, because then you don't have to navigate those unnecessary challenges, for you have a clear vision of what you want to pursue in your life. We want to be at the top, and as the generations progress, it's only going to get better and better, lads. That's how it does work. That's how I hope it to go. Hence why I have these books. But yeah, knowledge is extremely valuable for men. Education is everything. Now you may probably be thinking about school. We're not going to talk about the school system because, to be quite frank, we learn little to nothing about school. What they teach isn't beneficial to you. I'm talking about real education, life situations, which will truly benefit you in the long run of your life. You need education. Education is everything. Education is self-improvement. Education is going through adversity, learning things in which you haven't known before. We're building habits to reach the top. And that goes with reading. It doesn't even have to be reading books all the time. It can be Kindle. You can read digitally. You can read from listening to people. Heck, you can even read what's right and wrong simply through watching people. You don't even have to speak to them. Let me give you a scenario. You're in public, right? Someone opens the door. Say thank you. In return, a positive reaction is given from the other person. And it gives you a clear view of what you should do. Alright? Scenario B. The opposite happens. They don't say thank you. Person who held the door, he might pull a face. He might lash out. He might call them out for it. And that serves as a lesson. You've read the knowledge from seeing the scene, and now you're able to implement that towards your life, towards the future. And that's incredible. Now, I know a few seconds back I was talking about accumulating the knowledge of someone else's past and implementing it to you so you progress even further, right? I've done this as well, and it's extremely helpful. YouTubers I'd watch, the mistakes they made with dirty bulking and whatnot. We know dirty bulking is not good for you. You should clean bulk. And I'm grateful that I learned from them, because now I'm able to bulk, clean, alongside pursuing that goal at a more efficient pace than had I were to not watch them. Now I'm not perfect. I slip up. I eat junk food every now and then. But simply having the awareness from reading and listening to them has helped me extraordinarily. Heck, even listening to myself speak, once I edit this video, I'll have a clear foundation of what must be improved and must not be improved, Reading the Word of God. This helps you. Examples such as Adam and Eve, when they ate the fruit and they shouldn't have done it, disobeying God, and it resulted to punishment. We can learn from their mistakes and always obey God at all times, regardless of how hard the situation is. God is always right. Always. Plenty of people have made mistakes in this Bible, Plenty of, just stories of God. Let's say Judas, for example, betraying Jesus. You shouldn't be doing that. Don't betray close allies, guys. But I think I waffled on over enough. Knowledge is essential. The fact that you're accumulating knowledge, this part should blow your mind. You're literally gaining 10, 20, 30, 50 years worth of knowledge, and you'll be able to see their whole mistakes. And in a year or a matter of months, you'll be able to learn the mistakes already. And in a way, you're already ahead. You're ahead of the old game. In a financial sense too. The standard 9 to 5. That don't work anymore in this day and age. You would have multiple forms of income and learn a high income skill. That's the new meta. The most efficient tactical analysis. I think that's what it stands for. If it doesn't, then I'll have it on the screen. Yeah. But yeah, that's enough waffling for now. The tough part is going to be looking back at the video, editing it. Then it's a bit uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. There's one thing you should take from this video. Acquire as much knowledge as possible. As much knowledge. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that your mind becomes fixed by age 25. I'm not sure if that's true or not. If it's not true, I'll just leave out the video. If it is true, I'll leave it up on the screen right there. But yeah. Knowledge is powerful. Seek as much knowledge as possible in your life. That's what you should take from this video. If you gain value from this video, click the subscribe button. You won't regret it. It's been Golden. Wishing you the best and stay blessed.